Uh-oh. 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 What up? What up? What up? Welcome. 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 We are listening pleasure. And yep, we doing it different tonight. Um, I'm gonna be your host for the night. Y'all know me, Mike V. Um, I'm a I'm a friend of the family, family with the friend, if that makes sense. The night gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna interview the man in charge, the man with the plan, the man who had the vision for this listening pleasure podcast, ROB.G. Um, we got a couple co-hosts with us. Um, he with us most weeks. Um, Let me bring out first Martez.
Peace. What's
What up?
up,
What
man?
up? What up? How you, bro?
I'm cooling, man. I'm cooling. Good to be here for this
Uh,
extra special event.
Facts, facts, facts,
Yeah,
facts. Something,
it's
something
good to be here.
different, something different,
Something
something
for
different.
sure.
Kind of like it too. Uh,
Yeah.
we we also we also have with us tonight, and it's crazy that this is his first night actually coming on. He one of the top contributors in the comments every week.
Uh,
And he family to the cause. So we're gonna bring out uh Big Joe.
Yo, yo, what it do?
What's up? What's
yo,
up, man?
yo.
What it do, baby?
Yeah.
Long time no see, man. This a dope episode for you to actually be on. Uh
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. I I don't know if, well, yeah. Let's do this. Let me bring Big Rob to the stage. Cause
Hmm.
I don't really know yet if Toya made it to the pull up yet. So uh let's bring Rob to the stage. What up, bro? What up, bro?
What's going
Uh,
on? What's going on?
Uh man, like this
What
was
it
a
do, man?
this was a dope idea, man. I'm pretty sure everybody all week kind of sat around and thought about what to say. We hoping that the people who join us in the comments, they if you got questions for them, let us know. We'll try to get them on for you. Um, like he always say in the beginning, uh, do us a favor, like, share, subscribe.
Grab.
Man, y'all people be liking other people's shit that y'all don't even know, man. Like, rock with us. Like, we be rocking out. Y'all see we ain't playing around. We keep coming back, man. Stop playing. Like, y'all support anything around you. You can't tell me that the people who like this is free. Like, support is free for stuff like this, yo. We ain't at the
Facts,
point where
facts.
we asking you for no money. Like, we're not
Right.
asking you for nothing, man. Hit a
No doubt.
button on your phone. You hit 17,000 buttons on your phone every day, man. Hit a button on your phone, man. Like, we try to do something. What the hell?
Yeah, put the
No
like on that
question.
thing. Hey,
Uh,
That's right.
man, like,
you ready for the night, cuz it's about to get crazy in here.
yeah,
Man,
man.
listen, man. I try to tell the people, I say, this ain't no script. I ain't telling what to say. Shoot, everybody on here know me from me, how the tree high and family. So I ain't really
Yeah.
got to tell them much. They know what it is. I want them to touch the angles they got to touch. And I'm
Hey,
with
yo,
this
hey, yo,
stuff already.
I think we getting feedback from your microphone too, bro. Oh, now you did. I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, I had to take that other stuff off, man. Something wrong with my wire on my hookup, so I'm gonna have to go without that for a while.
It's always something. It's always something.
Yeah. Make it work.
So like my first question, cause like and we just keeping it 100 is what made you want this to be an actual episode? Like what about about it intrigued you enough to say, you know what, sit down, put me on the hot seat. Let's find out what it really is.
Well, for me, it was like one. I got a lot of people asking. Well, not a lot. I got several people asking me to come on this show. You know what I mean? They want to talk to me, want to interview me, and whatever. And for me personally, I'm used to asking the questions and controlling the show. I want to get used to being interviewed. One, and then two was you had your podcast show, Toya had a podcast show, and both of y'all about to crank it back up. So I just thought about what way to get your feet back wet and interview me to get ready for your show, and I get ready for interviews. Plus, hey man, who knows where y'all gonna be and go to get the people side they ain't never heard or seen before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can go for that.
And just and for the point, the podcast was made for the people, so everybody got a story to tell one way or the other. Here it is. I'm about to get into mine one way or the other. How y'all narrated and pick and choose what we talk about.
I can go for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at? We live. We live. Why? Anybody open to ask anything?
Yes, sir. We got questions, Q&A questions. Like you say, man, click, share this link. I'm
got a
excited.
question. I got a question real quick. To take it to the
All right, come on
beginning.
with it.
What made you want to get into media, into having a podcast? What sparked
I
that
don't
thought?
know if it's. I hit it again. I don't know if that was just me but it chipped up on my end.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I was saying, what sparked the thought for you to get into media, like to start a podcast? What triggered that?
Good question, man. So, if anybody know me, my brothers, man, we had this idea, and it's gonna sound crazy from years ago. And I remember we probably told Mike and them, my mom, that we had satellite early, and we used to catch little shows that come across, and they reported on different things in their area. So it was gonna be a sports thing. We wanted to do like how it was around the way, or all the shows is popular now before ESPN took all those shows. We wanted to do a little show just supporting local areas, Virginia talent, so it could be seen. And we just always had the ideas. We talked about the planning it out. We had the dope ideas way back in early 90s. We just never put foot to action, you know what I'm saying? And for this podcast, this supposed to dropped off about 6-7 years ago. And I always talked about it, never did it. And then I had a couple of friends I was chatting with, was like, I'm cranking up my podcast. And then the girl, Serena, who we had on here, she cranked her podcast up, and she was like, you just got to start, whether you. And I remember one day I was coming home, and she started her podcast, and she was sitting in the living room. She was like, I started today. I'm in the living room. Boom, boom. So I hit Mike. I say, man, I'm about to start, man. Give me about 2-3 weeks, and we going live. You know what I mean? So I had to try to come up with the page. And then it's frustrating because everything I learned for the podcast, I'm learning on the fly, and I don't have time. Like, to make these little backgrounds, to do the introduction video was hard. That's hard. Like, nobody telling you nothing, man. Nobody giving you no ideas on how to do anything. So, you know what I mean? That's what, and I love it, just, and then to give the people a voice. But I don't want to drag you. I sound long.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Just wanted to get some content flowing before we get too heavy. That was something nice, light.
No question.
Mm-hmm. So how's your year so far, man? 2025.
My year?
Yeah.
2025 is going. Of course, we all know I had a major setback when I'm still here, so I'm still trying to get out of that funk. But it's just like you got to climb out that hole. I'm seeing the light, but I ain't out the hole yet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't dark no more. So I'm progressing. I'm right there, almost reaching the top of the hole where I can pull myself and get my head out. You know what I mean? So once you get the head out, then everything else is it's like a
You can see.
relief. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I'm trying to get out that little hole, man, and we're gonna make this the best year popping. We switch football teams for the parents and the coaches and the players. So we're gonna make the best of that situation. Getting my paperwork done to start my own org and youth stuff for next year. So it's a
Okay.
blessing on top of blessing. Now I can link with all you guys to get all the good stuff going on. We can keep all these young guys and young people active out
Keep
here.
them flowing. Yeah, no question. No question. That's a positive note, man. I know it was tough bouncing back from that situation, cuz
Yeah,
that
it
was
is because
amazing.
soon as I think I got a hold of it, some other stuff like now it's just the severe nerve damage is just gonna be a little nagging pain for they say for life, but I don't believe that. They don't got to say so. So it's just a
Yeah.
nagging pain for right now. And then I be having spine and back issues with my legs. So you know what I mean? With the weather going back and forth, that'd be a little tricky.
Right. Right.
Tom
So
saying why he ain't up here. Cause I gotta tell you every week you gotta get the link when you want to come up here. You gotta get the link to be up here if you want to get
man,
on.
you gotta like, subscribe, and share, man, so you can know when we popping up, man, so you can get the notifications, man. Listen,
Yeah.
so uh
That's crazy, man.
I was trying to give Joe a little opportunity, but I'm gonna ask this question. Like, where we met and how we became family through the church, right? And like, man, everybody took their own path, and it some different from others, but we all took our own path. Some of the stuff we weren't taught, we did because we wanted to, but
Yeah.
eventually we all came back around on a super positive note. And even while we was wilding a little bit, we still want the wildest of the wild. Talk
Right.
about how growing up in the church, like, and really being a church boy, like, we weren't church boys, but we was church boys, man. We went to church 5 to 7. Man, we was at church all the time, man. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
talk about
Same.
how growing up in the church and what you learned in the church shape how you moved growing up as like moving through your adult life and where you are now.
Oh man, that's a good loaded question.
Good
So
question.
for me on the positive side, um, growing up in the church, it's kind of like some people going when I say this going to think a little crazy. It gives you a little bit of structure and discipline because you can't be wild. You got to act a certain way. You got to behave a certain way when
For
you're
sure.
around certain people. Um, can't say anything. You can't do anything. You can't dress any type of way. It ain't like it was now. They wear anything to church now.
Right.
So
Church is anything now.
yeah, yeah. Church is the business. It's more the business now than
Right.
they want to cater to the world than healing the world. But yeah. So I learned that, and then on top of that, we had some good, solid male role models. But I had the best male role model in far as
Oh, yeah.
I seen how church changed my dad. You know what I'm saying? And I know the Cujo and the JoJo before he got in the church, and he did a 360 in like no time. And he's tell the story all the day. He only went to church because one day he was helping me. I can't remember. He was smoking and he was helping me fix a shirt, a tie. I was going to something, and I asked him. I said, "Why we ain't never go to church in this house?" He had no answer. He looked at me and say, "I tell you what, Sunday morning we all gonna get up and go to church," and he ain't stopped since. You know what I'm saying? So for
No
me,
doubt.
that was that part. Then it goes into growing up. Church also helped me prepare for dealing with the youth because in the church you got so many people with so many hidden agendas. And back to my mom and my pops, anything they do, they gonna be hand on the act of my mom. Shoot, I remember us going. back and forth across the water to do this for the church, doing that, running all day. My dad to get up early in the morning, going to Portsmouth, Smithfield, all over, picking kids up, people up. And I used to say, man, you letting the church use you, man. You know what I'm saying? But to him, he had a whole nother narrative of that on the good side. Then, same token on the bad side. Well, I just leave that at that. You know what I'm saying? It taught you how to deal with so many people, because just like anything else, you got a lot of phonies and a lot of people trying to get over in the church that I watch. So it prepare you for a lot of things, man. And like you say, you build bonds. Some characters, like you said, we was wilding, but we went wild and wild. And I just remember when we got into the streets, you know what I mean? Some of the dudes was going to, and Brian, that was my dude. That's my guy, Brian Moore. You know what I'm saying? I remember talking to him the day before he done that silly shit, like 2 days in a row. Like, we ain't been talking for a while. And, someone just told me to call him. I got in touch with him and called him. And at the time, I was doing great out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, B, you wilding. You need to come around here and kick it with us and just chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 days later, they on the news doing that dumb shit at 7-Eleven. And I don't think my man will never see the streets again.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's a lot of in between time from the time you transition from the church to the street, and it was a lot of experiences in the street. But then you made a turn to leave that alone, to choose the path. So, like, other people know how that process was. Because I get it, like being a church boy and then jumping out there all the way into the world, out there, and then bringing that thing back. So that's a good experience you should share, because somebody might be struggling with that right now.
Yeah, so so also being a part of the church is like anything else, like a football team, a fraternity, or the whole game. People go to that stuff to be a part of something, to feel accepted, to be wanted. That's why they go. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
lucky for me, I had older brothers that was doing things, older cousins, rest in peace, Mike. That was really hands on, was doing things, and Mike was in the streets young. So from there,
Super young.
yeah. So from there, I did it. We did everything. See, my man over here, Jordan, known since the second grade, so we did everything. We was just all through the city, man. Like whether we was on bikes, buses, whatever. And then so just one day, I'm just like, so rec ball. Okay, let's go to so the rec ball. I never could play rec ball because of the weight limit back in the city was ridiculous. I think at the time we was coming up, Joe was playing center. So I ain't had no chance of making the team. Man, run around with trash bags and shit for nothing. Ain't gonna lose that much weight. So then we came to 8th grade. I'm just like, I'm going up there with my brother and them. Really won't go on to play. We're just going bored one day. It was raining and went to weightlifting and conditioning. Me, Finna, Dunn. It was about 5 of us from 8th grade, went to school together, and we stuck it out and we played, and that would just happen to be, a great year. So in between then, getting into the streets, my mom and them didn't know. I was working hard though when I was messing around in the streets. I was working at Wets. You know what I'm saying? Probably why they changed a lot of rules. I was jimmying up. I clock in to go to school, so my checks, my checks was looking crazy, like I was at work all the time.
Right.
And then, so I was just hiding because moms and them was in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Won't know, moms and them strict. Dad ain't let no girls, want no girls going up the steps, want no none of that. Going in your room. Shoot, dad, ain't no the wife beaters, the shorts too small. You gotta go outside. Ain't no sitting here with girls in the house like that. Like he was on it, and now you older, I understand some of the things. So, but getting into the streets, shoot, grew up. Like I said, I was one of them dudes. I hung around in every neighborhood. First, we was in number streets downtown for years.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved. Then we moved to still the number streets, but it's a whole different side. Moved to Chestnut. So now I'm running with a whole different group of dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, so I get out of school for hanging with these dudes. I'm going downtown every day. As soon as I get off the bus, going to the circle, going out the Ville, just the streets. So everything I loved. What made me get out of the streets was, truth be told, when people started coming and snatching a whole lot of my, my homeboys and my crew. So,
Yeah.
right hand man, we get in the car, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Never forget the day they snatched my right hand man. And we all around the way. Me, Cuz, D, shit, recipes, Knox. It's like 5 of us. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking like, shit, they on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just when we hung out all day because we didn't know what was next. And then after that, I'm just like, yeah, that's enough. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to get back to the community in different ways because, like I said, when P kids got when P got locked up, I was taking his son to football practice. I was hands on, but I really want to coach, and I would help out here and there. And then once D was at work and DJ, when DJ was at practice, I never forget. D called and was like, "Yo, I can't get off work in time." But DJ called and said a guy up there clowning him about his last name, the coach. So
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I won't out the streets that far. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shit, I'm going to practice the next day, and it was like, no disrespect because me and dude never became cool, but I pulled up on him. I'm like, man, this the coach. I saw you can't take him serious, man. Look at him, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't from around here, blah, blah, blah. So from that point on, I wanted to sit out there and watch. You can't watch something you love went from one day to helping out to coach asked me to help out again. He was like, you know what you're doing, to end up taking over. And every year I said I'm gonna quit. Since then, the DJ was 4 or 5, and that's been 15 years, 16 years. Every year I'm quitting. But soon as the season over, yeah, I'm tired of them. I'm ready to get rid of them. 2 weeks after the season over, I'm calling them, I'm missing them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I go. But
So I asked that church question for a reason.
mm-hmm.
Like all of us from the city. Like, and I'm pretty sure everybody up here can vouch for it. And the people who really know you, like I ain't just like I said this to you offline because I ain't wanted to be like we trying to glorify it, but this is a real statement. Like you've been in the city, you was in the mix. Like people who know you since you was a kid. I'm talking about a kid. I I know whether people know I know you or not, and your name come up. I don't hear no like there is no Sully to your name. Like I have never and I can only speak for myself. But wherever I've been when your name come up, there has never been dirt. Oh, he ain't shit. He do you
Yeah.
like your name super solid throughout the city. And like for people from our generation, like it ain't a lot of y'all. And you heard me say y'all because I'm pretty sure some people done hit some dirt somewhere on mine, and I'm cool with that because I know who I am. But like I have never heard like, nah, fuck that, cause the nigga fucked over. Like I have never heard that. And that means something being in our 40s that you know what I mean? Like people don't have rob a bad guy story to me, and that's commendable.
Yeah. That's
Man,
definitely respectable, man.
I appreciate that, man. I guess it's all on how you raise and how you do things, man. I ain't, and sure, I can even say that with my brother. Even my brothers, they might got a bunch of wild stories and people don't deal with them, or don't like them for some wild shit they done. But I can always say it never that I know of. It never was a situation where they started or we did something to anybody first. We're gonna treat you with the utmost respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Until you lose it or don't deserve it. And even when it come down to the sports, talking about the streets, bring this in the youth sports, man. There's more shade Grammy mugs than it is on
In
the
the street,
streets,
man.
man.
For sure.
Like, and I say this, and I keep saying this. The nonprofit and the youth and the kids, that's the new drug, man. They pushing the kids like weight. You know what I'm saying? So everybody using the kids to come up with these paychecks, the flash, they giving out book bags to show they're doing this, showing they doing that, and they getting all these, they know how to write these grants, and they getting all this money, and they ain't really for the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge to me. So when everything I do is for the kids, like, if you could go back to boys, like you say, way back Boys Club days, me and D, you know what I mean? A lot of these kids don't have nothing. So after every game, they could tell you, man, you could go get with Coach Gurley and the Gurley boys. We going to Pizza Hut after the games. And we foot the tab. You know what I'm saying? We took all them kids because some kids gonna give you what they got during the week, but they're gonna give you that all game day. And they might not have nothing to eat no more the Monday till they go back to school, bro. You know what I'm saying? And anybody ever played sports, man, when you finish playing sports, we know we used to go to the pool all day. Man, you exhausted, you hungry, you tired, you just want something to eat, and then you got to go back to that whatever element you in. So we used to go to Pizza Hut every Saturday for years, and we foot that bill. And them jokes used to be high. But we ain't never post that for bragging or post that on social media to get no notoriety. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that if truth be told, when you go from the hot, man, we've been doing a lot of this stuff. Just ain't posted, just ain't brag about it. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes. The kids know. Like, I don't care what an adult say. I always say, I don't care what an adult say. Like you say, they can have dirt on your name, this, that, and the third. Ask them kids, man. The kids gonna tell you the truth. Oh, yeah, sorry. Jessica, she said don't leave her out. Yeah, sorry. Jessica was there, yeah. No question. But that's you know what I mean. So good questions, man. Y'all on it, man. Yeah, y'all got me. Good questions.
So if you just joining us, we interviewing the HNIC, goddamn, the man with the big Rob. Um, hey Joe, man, you ain't come up here to sit and goddamn keep smiling, man. You better ask some goddamn questions. That's your
nah,
friend second grade, man. Knock it off. You know
nah,
questions that we don't know. Like
nah,
for
nah,
real,
y'all,
like
y'all doing good. Like, for real, y'all doing good. Like, I know Rob. Besides his brothers, I'm probably besides his brothers and Petey. I'm probably one of the people who really know him. And I ask him all the time. I be like, man, how you go out there with the kids, man? Like, I can't do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really can't do it. But I see the dedication in him. And I be like, man, Rob, crazy, man. I can't go, man. It's 100 degrees outside, bugs
hey,
outside. Man, I
hey,
gotta call you back, Joe. I'm headed to the field. I be like, man, I can't do it. But like you say, he a great guy. He my best friend. Known him since, what I'm saying, we was basically babies, man. And what he doing for the community is great. And also one thing too, little off topic, but that them them non-profits, if you ever want to see them books, they gotta open them books up to you.
No question. No
They
question.
gotta
They
open them
open to
books
they
up to
open
you.
to the public. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
so I'm a turn question on you. This one you ain't gonna see coming.
Okay.
So you in your 40s, right?
Yeah.
Why Rob not why Rob not married? Why has Rob ever been close to marriage?
Woo-wee.
Well, the sneakers got turned up a little bit.
Hey,
That,
man
no,
said
Yeah,
the
no.
hot seat. Man
yeah,
said
let me get a little drink for
Let me
that.
put my I'm gonna cut my mic off.
the man said the hot seat, man. The
Yeah,
man
they
said
cut
the
that
hot
joint
seat.
up. Hmm.
Well, listen, man. As time change, your opinion change, your thoughts change, all that. One day everybody they put it in your head since a kid you want the big fancy wedding and you want to do all this the quote unquote American dream, the happy life. Um, then you can think about the contract side of it, like what's the point of signing the contract? But to answer your question, yeah, of course I wanted to get married. I wanted to get somebody that they
You
have I
sound
been
like it's over. It ain't over yet. Like, do you still want to get married or what's happening?
it ain't over till I'm out of here, but when things get slim to none, you know what I'm saying? We old. But I didn't get I won't close to marriage, you know what I'm saying? I don't I was in a serious relationship for some years and honestly, in my opinion, like anything can change. That probably would have been the only person I would have married. You know what I'm saying? Because that was like my dog, my best friend for so many years before we even put like we never thought we would have been in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig
So and then and these days, let's just keep it real, man. These days, it's slim to none that people really in it for a true relationship purposes. For me, if we get in a relationship and as they say, they gotta have a side piece, ace in the hole, or the work husband, all that dumb shit. I'm not the one that's gonna deal with none of that. You might as well just be my friend. We can link up, do what we gotta do, or however, you know what I'm saying. And you know, then it steps to it for men and females. Once you get in a relationship, everything you want a title or you gain or something you do, you got to give up certain things. A lot of people want to get in relationships and don't give up them single lifestyles. It don't mix. You know what I'm saying? The same way. So the relationship step, that's to show me that you will be able to show me that, all right, now I can think about you going to the next step, which would be my fiance, then eventually my wife. But to me, it's no way I'm even going to propose if we have issues that we working on that haven't got resolved. I'm not taking no issues, no baggage, no problems into my marriage. I ain't telling nobody else what to do for theirs. I'm just speaking on me and mine. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, listen, ladies out here, I'm single. I ain't really looking. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good. I got to get myself back together, but time is running out. You know what I'm saying? But that's a fact.
like on the relationship tip, because I'm getting married on Sunday, little ceremony to my baby. I love that lady to death. And I ain't never think I was gonna do it again after my first one. But what I realized, like I spent like 4 years by myself really analyzing relationships. And what I saw more than anything is that people don't like it's two parts of relationships that get skipped or well one get missed and one gets skipped. And the biggest part of relationships to me is building the foundation. Like we don't have to move fast, fam. We don't
Hmm.
have to move
Exactly.
fast. Like I want to know that the ground that we built on is worth building upon. You feel what I'm saying? And then
That's right.
like like a lot of people have insecurities because they don't understand or they don't feel like they are chosen to be with that person. They feel like they just with a person waiting to move to their next step. Like for me, if I don't feel chosen and if I can't make you feel chosen, then like man, all that shit like people be scared of their significant others to still be friends with the opposite sex because you scared they go. Man, listen, if that person was gonna be where you were, where you are, they would have already been here. Cause I knew them before you. Like you got chose to be where you are. We didn't like this ain't happened by circumstance. But so many people relationships is built off. And you hear me say this like every time we talk about relationships. They met in the alley on Wednesday. They humped on Thursday. They in a full relationship on Sunday. And that is crazy to me. Like I because I don't want nobody else to hump on you, I'll
Mm-hmm.
commit a whole relationship to you, not knowing your middle name. Nah, man, that's fucking retarded. That's fuck and then 3 months later, that person a liar. No, you ain't know them enough to know who they didn't lie to you. They just showed you who they were. You didn't get a chance to see who they were before you was in a full
Facts.
let's live in the same house relationship. And that is crazy to me.
Listen, I just was about to say that, bro. Like talking to somebody, dating somebody, being in a relationship, that's cool. Once you go to live with somebody, granted, some people know how to put on for a little while. So they may got a couple of months where they can hide their habits or their ways. Eventually that guard gonna drop. You been living with somebody about 3, 4 years, you start seeing their true colors. Then you start to find out what little shit tick you off you don't like. And as I always say to any relationship, it's all on what you can tolerate, man. You know what I'm saying? What you willing to put up with. What I may be willing to put up with, you know what I'm saying, could be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
We got a question. We had a question up here from
Hold on.
Juju.
I can't see it. Who can see it?
He asked, read that, Joe, and respond in the tongue.
I can't see it neither. I'm on the phone. That
Yeah,
joint
I
small.
need.
I
Hold
read
on,
it.
hold on,
I
hold on,
read
hold on. You ever wanted to be a preacher? Okay, that's a good
it.
question, JoJo. From Pastor Joe, Deacon Joe,
You're
to
trying to
his
pass the
baby boy.
baton.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question too. I forgot. Go ahead. You ever wanted to be a
uh,
preacher?
that's a good question. Um, it's like a 50-50 ball. Maybe when I was younger, maybe I wanted to. But the hard part is, it's crazy because you guys don't know it now. What they about to know now. I don't like talking in front of people at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to talk in front of people or none of that. Even with coaching, if for those that's on and my staff know, I always try to pass the buck to somebody else to do the talking when it's time to talk. Now I put a bunch of messages out in the group and I do all that, but talking to groups of people, I still ain't comfortable doing. I be scattering. I try to find somebody that's even kill to focus on. Then I probably make them feel uncomfortable because I'm staring at them. So with the preacher thing, just I guess you would say, as a kid, anything your dad doing, you're gonna be have some interest in. Anything you doing to go into a lot, you're gonna have some interest in too. You know what I'm saying? So and growing up, at the time, Pastor Rooks and my dad was some cool dudes to me growing up. So of
Right.
course you want to emulate the cool dudes and stuff like that. So I guess 50-50. But as I got older, as I say, I don't, shit, preacher, I don't know. Because I don't know where I stand with religion at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm dipping and learning on my own. Nobody forcing nothing on me. It's a lot of holes. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of bullshit, a lot of
So there's a lot of
unanswered
holes.
questions. Yeah, a lot of unanswered questions. A lot of shit just don't make sense at all. Yeah, as they say the carnal, I may say the word wrong.
I mean,
Um,
you can be a new age preacher though, like mix it up a little bit.
yeah,
Times
yeah.
have changed,
Man,
man.
But I can't be a new age preacher because
got too much old school in you.
too much old school from what I thought was church. So starting off with me, I can't get on there behind that mic till I'm 100% right. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
So,
nobody 100% right though.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
I ain't getting
saying.
up there playing right now. I'm single.
I'm
I can't smash somebody Saturday night to get up there and bring you the word Sunday. I ain't gonna play like that.
hey, you
You know
want
what
me
I'm
to?
saying?
Hey, yo, that's crazy that you just said that because if a person asks me why I got out of the church, like why I stopped going, why I stopped following what we followed, it was because, man, like for years that's all we heard, like from Pastor Rooks, from your pop, from everybody in the district who ever preached, is being a Sunday Christian and being a heathen the rest of the week was straddling the fence, and God frowned upon them people more than he frowned upon full-time sinners. And I had to make a choice, and I wasn't ready to be on the other side of the fence, and I won't go play with it. Like I won't go. Like I knew I wasn't ready to be on the other side of the fence, so I'm gonna walk all the way away from the fence. Like that's
Yeah,
literally
yeah. and
Nah,
and and,
listen.
and that's go ahead.
No. I was raised Seventh Day Adventist, man.
Woof.
I was born into the Seventh Day Adventist church, 4 generations deep. My great grandfather, the library at Calvary Seventh Day Adventist Church is Hinton Hines Library, right? I was born into it. So 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week, I'm in church because I went to Seventh Day Adventist school until ninth grade. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to get me in. This from Friday sunset until Saturday sunset was the Sabbath. Ain't nothing moving, man. It's the Sabbath.
Yeah,
Sabbath
and then
toys. So it's the strictest. Besides Jehovah Witness, they like right there. But Seventh Day
yeah,
Adventist, man,
but
that joint
but
is
me
God.
me I couldn't play around, and then like man, listen, man, it's listen pleasure. So if I ruffle some feathers, I'm sorry, but we just keeping it, real.
Keeping it real.
Then I seen how the church dudes they play. Listen, that's why a lot of dudes turn away from churches. I see how the church dudes use and manipulates other guys' wives using that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Had them doing everything for them, running around, going crazy, and they
Yeah.
playing mental games with them. And sometimes you can't tell if they sleeping with them or not because they using them. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes, I just go to a whole lot of shit. I'm just being real, man. If we being real, it's so much things you don't supposed to do. The same way you saying if you sinning, you sleeping around, you shacking up the words they used to use and all that. You shouldn't be leading that. But at the same time, even the old school now, you got you got the minister of music, and we all know what those was. The choir directors, the shims, choir directors. But you ain't sit none of them down because they bring in the money and the followings in. And then like I always say, man, a lot of the old church guys, they use the church to dodge the streets. I mean, to dodge
Mm,
jail. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
They was your old pimps, drug dealers and shit, and they jumped into the church to dodge the streets. So some of them you can't tell if they really truly into it or they just putting on the show. They entertainers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got a question. I
There's
got
one up here.
you
Go
know
ahead.
that's the question I'm going to. Um, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. That's Mooski, right?
I can't see who it is. My eyes bad, but I can see what they say.
He said, "How
That's
do
my
you?"
daughter.
Oh, for real?
Okay,
Yeah, that's Moo.
okay.
Hey, God, baby.
How do you move on from your past mistakes?
Ah, man, great question. Every situation is different. Everybody handle everything different. I say one, you have to do it at your own pace. Don't allow nobody to tell you this the way you got to do certain things this fast, this way. For me, it depends on what mistake you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Some mistakes, like for instance, let's say let's go back to being in the streets. Those mistakes, you just cut them shits off. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you move on for that. You cut it off. But you got mistakes like drug addictions or addictions. Not even say drug addiction because we talked about that up here last week.
Yeah.
Addictions. Whether it's porn, food, working, whatever. You got to find ways to a comfort zone for yourself. The worst thing to do is moving on for something to try to replace it with something else that becomes another habit that's bad or mistake. Don't try to fill that void with something else. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush to fill that void with something else, should I say. Because a lot of times it becomes bad habits. Um,
Uh,
we move just be I know I felt like I just said a bunch of nothing, but it had to be more specific from your
so let me
mistakes, but I dig it.
touch on that real quick. First, let me say, "Hey, what up, Bird?" Uh, but let me touch on that question because,
Facts. Learn it
like
too.
like my mental health journey took a great turn for the better when somebody explains something to me about my past that kind of made it all clear. And that's as a as an adult, you got to be willing to go in the closet with your own demons and make peace with them, or kill them. Like however you have to move. Like a lot of times we ain't forgave ourselves from stuff that people don't even remember. It's a story from my childhood where me and my pop relationship took a turn for the worse. I was a Boy Scout. My mom used to send me to kick it with the Boy Scout dude on the weekends with the rest of the scouts. And she used to like when she used to call dude, she used to be like, "You coming to pick your son up this weekend?" So at the boys club, when people first met me, I was known as Clint's son.
Yeah.
So fast forward, some kids show up to my house for Halloween. My dad passing out candy, and the kid go, "Hey, ain't you Clint's son?" And it hurt my dad feelings. Now I'm fucking 10, 11 years old, bro. I don't know this, but it really hurt my dad feelings. And he spoke on it, and you could tell our relationship was strained. For me, it was strained for almost 20 years. And I got to talking to him about it in my 30s, and he couldn't even remember the fucking situation. I couldn't forgive myself for that happening in front of my pop for 20 years. My pop probably forgot about it in two. And I ate it like we didn't have a real, like our relationship was super strained because I always thought he looked at me like I didn't think he was my father. But man, that shit was gone. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of times, like, you just gotta like the demons that you have, the hangups you have about yourself, the things you feel like you messed up, you gotta forgive you. Cause I promise you, a lot of the other things around you, the people around you, the people who were involved, when that situation out their world, it's out their world. You holding on to that and they not.
100% true. A
Yeah.
little backstory of my youth. Y'all pretty sure y'all know I lost my brother, and it was a situation about the whole thing. I ain't gonna dig too deep in it, but it involved both of my brothers, and for a long time I held on to it. Like it aided me because of I was 12 at the time. Both of my brothers get shot. Then I heard a story behind it, and it aided me for a long time. And then I end up having to forgive my brother, the one that survived, because my other brother came to me in a dream. I was in jail, and I was doing some weightlifting, and my neck, I guess I sprung my neck or whatever the case, and dude turned on the TV, church was on, and I kept saying, "God, take this pain away from me, God, take this pain." It was in my neck. I couldn't even get up for count. And then I fell back asleep. And my brother came to me in a dream, and he was like, "Little bro, I'm okay. I'm okay." So at that moment, I was like, wow, I asked God to heal me in the physical, but he healed me in the spiritual. And from that day, I let all that anger go that I had towards my brother. Like I had some real deep issues with the one who survived. So it was, I understand when you say you gotta go in there, you gotta fight them demons on your own. Like you really gotta sit down and you really gotta say, hey, man, you've been through it all, but it's time to let it go. It's time to move forward, and it's time to get yourself together. So I dig that, Mike. I dig that 100%.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple of questions. I'm gonna put them up.
Yep.
Mike, I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I know you're gonna get this one. That's wife asking that one. I knew you was gonna get
Hey
that
baby,
one.
hey baby, hey baby, hey baby.
Mhm.
My future wife, Sunday, 3/23. You heard. What is
Mhm.
one piece of advice you would give the youth now, based off? So let me add to that. Based off your life experience from where you started to where you are now, what advice would you give to youth? And let me say this: I'm pretty sure you give advice to youth every day. Like football coaching is mentoring. There's a lot of different ways to mentor, and it ain't just that you giving X's and O's to kids and handing off footballs and teaching them how to throw. You also teaching them ways to be tougher and survive in life as well. Um, your mentor journey is no different. It's different, but it's the same path as mine, as Marty's, and there's a lot of these other people who call themselves mentors. They just call you coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like one and it's two into one things. The main thing is don't be afraid to be different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to fit in with the trend. If that shit ain't what it is, don't fit in. Be different. The tax on being different is massive. But somebody before you done paid that, or you can pay it for somebody else. Be different. It's okay when everybody about to go get liquored up and drive, and you say, "Nah, I ain't getting in the car." You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, what that ain't right. You know, being different could save your life or somebody else's life, and somebody got to take the lead somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be called, ah man, he ain't a thug. He a regular old joke. What happened to the regular dudes being cool, man? Now
Nerds run the world.
everybody got to be a thug dude for what? You know what I'm saying? Be different. Be different. It's okay to be different. A lot of the time, the trend, because in the social media era, everybody's following the wave and the trend. And that wave will carry your ass. You get caught in that wave, it's gonna carry you somewhere you ain't think you would end up at. You know what I'm saying?
One of
So I
my
just say be different. And it's okay to take charge, be a leader, and stick up for what you believe is right.
so one of my biggest messages in the detention, um,
Mm-hmm.
and like I learned a lot from movies, even when you're not supposed to learn them. And there was a movie with Jamie Foxx, where debate movie, where he was no, the movie where Chris Rock was running for the president, head of state. And Shorty was talking to Chris Rock, and she was like, "Run your race." And she asked him about horse racing, and she was like, the horses wear blinders. They don't even see the other horses. They just see the finish line. They just run as hard as they fucking can. So what I try to tell the kids is like, you ain't really got to worry about what's going on to your left or your right. Run your race. Like run your
Thanks.
race and
Yeah.
run your race as hard as you possibly can. Don't worry about who in front of you, who behind you. Like maybe he's supposed to get there now, but he gonna fizzle out before you ever get there. But you gonna be there 25 years. Don't worry about who get there first. Like just
Yeah,
get there. Just get there. Like when you get there, it was your time to get there. And like so, yeah, that's the same being different. Like and one of my other ones is like I wish when we was kids that they told us that nerds run the world.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like I wish
Let
they
me get a
really would
couple of
have
these
said
questions out the
no.
way. But go ahead,
Hey, let me
because I
say
got a
something
couple
real
of
quick.
them. Go
Let
ahead.
me say something real quick. To the anybody out there, even my kids and all, they not playing with y'all. I got a family member that just got 103 years in the
Yeah.
penitentiary.
Jesus Christ.
He's 17 and just got 103
Yeah,
years to run consecutive.
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Get out them
Serious
streets.
note. So
Get
See,
out the
some of these
streets.
questions, man, I'm gonna ask them, and I'm gonna go through them pretty quick. So you said how long should you remarry if you divorce and want to get married again? That's all on your beliefs, because
What
according to
situation?
the book that the book that everybody believe in, if you divorce your first wife, you ain't supposed to get married until she's dead or deceased. I think you know what I'm saying. So you don't supposed to. So technically, if your first wife's still alive, your second marriage is don't account. It's not real. That's what they say. But
That's what they say in the
that's
book.
all. Yeah, that's what it's in the book. But to me, speaking on just the regular, how long should you wait to remarry until you find true love? You know what I mean? Let's see. Birdie said, I guess we're talking about first you had to admit you messed up. If not, it'll become things that continue. Yeah, Moo said she needed that. Mike, baby, say she love you. Pop say not judging. I just like to know is God real. I'm asking because y'all pray. That's on different people about the God stuff. You know, we can turn into religion. Um,
that's a That's the episode that we need to have, and our religious folk need to stop ducking us and go and join that conversation.
Yeah, because a lot of them saying we debating. It's not a debate. We talking. Nobody put nobody down on this show. But
Nah.
I love that be different. Never give up, and also build your own brand. Don't expect people to build your brand. Work hard and build yourself. Facts.
Let's get it
Okay,
right.
we got another question. What's one thing y'all would change that y'all think will help our generation
The
now?
music, the music. The no, for black people, for black people, honestly, it ain't necessarily the music. It's the people that we making quote unquote celebrities. Like
Yeah.
everybody that we make celebrities is a bad influence on the next generation. They either glorify gangster shit, horror shit, scam shit. Like nobody is pushing positivity. It's,
Yeah, that's I
and
agree.
the people who are pushing positivity are pushing it in a way that is off-putting to people. Like, like if you really listen to what Charleston White has to say, the man is fucking telling a whole lot of truth. But the fact that in order to get you to listen, he got to be a fucking clown or a goofball or be disrespectful is super off-putting. So it's hard to listen to that shit. Like, uh, uh, so like, if you ask me, more than anything, it would be like role models. Like for all the women who have become millionaires, like think about this, right? And this gonna be so fucking crazy, but think about what I'm saying. Like the WNBA is mad because they don't get the money that the men make, and it's because the WNBA don't make the money, right? But all the
Mm-hmm.
bitches, but all the bitches on Bad Girls Club and Real Housewives, all them make more than the WNBA bitches because that's what we find entertaining. We find getting drunk and fighting and throwing drinks on each other and who fucking who. And we that's what as a culture somehow black people have found to be entertaining. So they get all the money while girls who play basketball with all that skill, they don't get no whole lot of money because girls ain't trying to watch that shit.
I say me one thing simple. Uh, for y'all generation is respect. Y'all don't respect yourselves, your parents, no authority, nothing. Y'all don't respect nothing. So if we can start to get y'all to respect some things, that'll translate and snowball into a lot of things. I was gonna say parenting, but respect. That'll go a long ways further than that. Just to
I
be
think that I
different.
think that go I think that go hand in hand too. Because like the thing that's missing is parents aren't giving their children's values. And so that's the thing, like we're not standing on principles. So everything that's in the street that represents what's tough, what's right, what's everything that's negative, who can be the most aggressive, who will kill, who will hustle, who can be the most ratchet, like that's trending. What needs to be trending is honesty, integrity, being responsible, having feelings for other people other than yourself, community. I mean, just values, period. And so when parents teach a child, it's not right to steal, it's not right to curse. This is how people may see you. Then the children will come up that way. So you don't gotta beat the kids, you just gotta teach them.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and
that's
and
and so for that generation, I would want better parents because we can't blame the kids.
and one thing we gotta change too, because we the only culture that allow the superstars and the basketball players to
Yeah,
be the leaders in the community.
yeah,
Facts.
You know,
that's crazy.
you don't see that in other communities. You know
Facts.
what I mean? You
We
see
allow them to
people,
be our representation to speak for
yes.
us. Like, how the fuck is that even? Because that's what we're gonna look up to. So I'm gonna answer this one last question from the crowd, and I'm gonna let them get their last couple of questions. I know Mike got to agree to get out the door. Um, Dad said, "Can you lead from being in the back of the pack?" Yeah. So
For sure.
in order to be a good leader, you must have to be a follower. You know what I'm saying? You must got to follow in order to lead, from my opinion, because
Yeah.
then you don't know how to deal with the people. And just because you the leader don't mean you have to be out in front. For instance, the nation. Malcolm wanted the leader, You know what I'm saying?
Damn sure was the face
But
though.
but he was the face and he was in the front. You know what I'm saying? But he never was the leader. So they say. You know what I'm saying? But on to that. Facts, Marty. Just say facts. Moo will say definitely who make it. So
So I definitely need to ask this before I go, because this is
come on
definitely
with it.
something I think people need to hear from you. Like you done had multiple near death experiences. Having COVID and like pneumonia and the flu at the same time. You done been in a couple major accidents. Um, just talk about it. Talk about the recovery process. Talk about what it was going through on them, how it felt like in the moment, and how it felt as you getting or got better through those things.
Oh man, so yeah, this probably gonna be the last question because this gonna take us. Let me speed through them. So all right, so I'm gonna go back. I ain't even gonna go back
Part
too
two.
far. I'm gonna go back to. I start with the well, we know the leg injury started in '09, but I'm gonna go back to when I broke it, when I broke the knee and the kneecap came up and ripped the quad off the bone. So we'll start from that. That was a life changing experience. And one first surgery, getting metal put through your knee, screws, bolts, rods, uh, and then I had that leg locked out. It was the surgery where my leg had to be locked out for a couple months. Um, it changes everything. One, you got to depend on the first time in my life. I had to depend on somebody to do majority of everything for you. Going to the bathroom, sitting down, all that. Your leg locked straight out. You can't get in the car. In order to get in the car, I gotta turn my leg sideways to take up the whole back seat. Um, and then just learn. You can't get in the shower, none of that joint for like a couple of weeks. Um, Shit, trying to bathe is hard on its own. You ain't got no bird facts. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? And then the rehab part is, man. So you got to remember, I got metal rods, then metal wires going through. They got the muscle pent back down that goes back down to my knee. So when I go to rehab, they got to bend all that. You know what I'm saying? The rods, the wires, and everything. And when it pulls, you feel it pulling through the bone on your muscle, the whole nine. And then just like I say, speeding through it, the muscle was dead. So you're getting those electric shocks. Them shit's aggravating. You know what I'm saying? You got to get them joints every therapy for like 15, 20 minutes at the end. Them joints crucial. You know what I mean? Um, that's that. So the COVID situation was the first one that really almost took me out of here because I remember I was sick. I felt a little better. And then it came back real hard like the next day. I was sick for about 3, 4 days as a dog. Then I felt good one day, then it came back hard. And I was just laying in the bed, couldn't get up. And she kept telling me, man, you need to go to the emergency room. And it just happened that night. I got up to, use the bathroom and I went to go, how you got that mucus and that all that. And I went to go spit. And I was just like, let me turn the light on. Because normally I don't turn the light on to wake up. So I turned the light on and I spit it in the sink. And that shit was just pure blood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm just like, shit. You know what I mean? And I remember talking to K White on the phone. I go into the hospital. And this is how I started draining. By the time I get to the hospital, I didn't have any energy to get out. Like I was on the phone with K White for probably an hour, just trying to get the energy. And I'm parked in the emergency. Parking space was literally probably 15 to 20 steps from the door. But I know I can't make it. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I get in there. And me being stubborn and hard-headed, I'm telling them I'm going, I'm going home. Give me some medicine to go back home. Blah, blah, blah. But at the time, I ain't know. He just told me I had COVID. They ain't tell me all this other shit till I got in ICU. And I remember, at this time, they ain't letting nobody in the back. But thanks to whoever that, I forgot his name. I seen him a couple times in Port Ward, saved my life because he telling me like, nah, I could have been released you to go home, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't letting you go home. And so he allowed me to call my girl at the time. She come up, and they trying to convince me to stay to get admitted. And they closed the door. Him and another dude came in, and they said, "Listen, you go home, die. You won't make it through the night, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got zero, like going through your oxygen, going like we know you breathing because we talking to you, but on the test of the machines, and that, anyway, long story short, so I go to ICU. I'm in there for like 8 days. Then when I get in there, that's when they tell me when they finally admit me, I had COVID, pneumonia, and the flu at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to elaborate on that more, but I just moved past. So then after that, anybody that had COVID, the life after COVID is treacherous. You know what I mean? It still fuck with my muscles a little bit. They get a little jittery and like I do a little spazzing. And then I had another situation where I thought I had COVID again. I never forget, it's Thanksgiving Day. Going to get the turkey or something. No, going to get something from the store. And I just, I'm complaining. I can't breathe. I think I got the COVID again. Let me go do the test at the hospital. Go in and do the test. They run down crazy. And they saying like I'd have had massive strokes and heart attacks and I'm about to come out. I had severe heart issues and something that kept me in ICU. Another 8 days for this situation. But before I even go, I was going to do the test, and by the urine sample, that's when they knew my heart was messed up. They said I had so much enzymes and some other stuff in my urine that, in other words, my heart about to stop any given second. You know what I'm saying? So they kept me from. That was one of the scariest, crazy times into this last situation, because you're doing tests like they willing you way around. They willing me to sections of the hospital I don't even know about. They got trailers outside. They taking me to, and I'm going to all these machines. They put me on blood thinners, and they got me cold. I don't get freezing cold. They got me on blood thinners to where I got the heat on. They got a space heater in my room. I got 4-5 blankets on me, and I'm cold, so I know something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody know me, I don't get cold like that. And so that was that situation. And then I did that stress test for your heart. Man, that jungle right there almost take you out by itself. And this last situation, the car accident, man, it's a little, touchy because I still, like I started the show, I'm still here. So, quick rundown of that. I can't remember a whole lot. Coming over the bridge by Todd's Lane. That's all I can remember. And I just remember out the corner of my eye, just, you look like a movie. It's shit like a movie. I see the car and I'm like, shit. Like, off top, this ain't good. You know what I'm saying? And then I just remember like coming to, and I just see a bunch of people staring in front of me. Then I go out. Now, when I come back to, it's the guy behind me waking me up. So the paramedic's in the back seat. And he asked me all these questions. I ain't gonna go through that. So then basically just like, are you scared of loud noise? Glass shattering. So can we turn your head this way and put the brace on? And I immediately, which is the first brace he put on around my neck, I said, you gotta take that joint off. That joint had my neck like, had me feel like I wanted them Ethiopians or something, like it was scratching my neck. I'm like, I ain't even got no neck, dog. You can't scratch it. So it go to that. Then he put another one on. Then they cut me open. When they cut me open, I pass out. And I just remember waking up again, and I'm on like the gurney, and I'm just like, grab my phone. I had enough whereabouts to say that, and they could tell you I can't today. I can't remember. I just remember calling somebody, my mom or somebody, and I'm just like, yo, I got in a bad accident. I can't see. I don't know what's going on, but like, cause I just open my eyes for a second, and I'm going back out. So they're like, man, don't play it. I'm just like, nah, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then I just want I wake back up and I can hear them asking like, where you going? Or something like that. And I'm like, I think I heard somebody say they're taking me to Riverside. And that's all I can remember. And then by that time I wake up, I'm in the emergency room and everybody in there. So when I wake up, first thing I notice I'm talking to the doctor. But they keep trying to wake up. It's about 5 of them trying to tell me wake up. So then they telling me, they got the brain doctor, and I'm like, brain doctor. And he's saying something, pass out, wake back. Oh, so no, before that I wake up, I remember hearing the police officer telling my mom and them, and this plays in my head over and over because he said it 3 different times, twice in the emergency room and once in court. And I remember him saying this. He said, listen, and this word for word, and if they on here, they can tell you. I remember him saying, man, I'm just happy to hear him talk. When I got to the scene, I knew he wasn't going to make it to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little touchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
he saying that to my people's like, nah, I knew he wasn't going to make it, bro. He was bad. So I remember hearing that. Then, so the doctor's coming up. They're trying to wake me up. So they telling me different stuff. So they telling me like, all right, we got 3 teams ready on standby for you for emergency surgery. I'm just like, huh? It's like, yeah, one. So they go with the first one. They tell me, you bash your head up good, you bust your head on the window. Like, if anybody know how hard the front windshield is, I bust that motherfucker with my head. You know what I'm saying? So my head swollen, bleeding on the brain. Like I still had glass. I was plucking glass out my head for a day or two. So bleeding on the brain. So they saying if the bleeding on the brain, I don't know the correct, but if the bleeding on the brain get a little bit bigger, they're gonna have to cut my head open, go on my head, and do some extensive work.
So that means your head grew back, like everything healed up stronger than it was before. Man, we should go on the headbutt circuit, man. I got my last dollar on you, cuz I'm telling you. That joint already bust through the front windshield and grew back stronger. Oh my God. Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy, cuz. That's amazing.
So as I'm talking to them, this when my mom get mad at me because I'm like, oh, in the middle of the conversation, I'm like, oh shit, what's all this click cracking noise? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm fading and I'm like, y'all don't hear that. So I'm asking everybody else. They're like, y'all don't hear that. So as I'm breathing, it's like, as I take the breath, and it's click, 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 click. And those my ribs, you know what I'm saying, on the right side. All them joints broke up, you know what I'm saying? And then so that's when she said, well, that's what we got our second team for. Both lungs are collapsed, and your right lung is hanging out the side of your ribs where they broke up at. Like it's hanging all the way out. You know what I'm saying? So if that inflates or goes back in to get your ribs are broken bad and they cut it, just take your fingers and do them like, just all types of ways. Imagine a balloon hanging through there, they got to go back through. So it'll get punctured and we had to do emergency surgery and do this, that, and the third. So the speed, I don't want to speed because this is crazy, but I'm giving y'all the short version. So to go through that, I'm in there 7 days. You're right, just God is good. 7 days. The worst part of it all, and I probably posted on Facebook, they sent me home Friday evening. Remind you, I don't know. Both lungs collapsed, the whole nine, still the bleeding on the brain, blood pressure, probably the worst shit you could ever have, sky high. They sent me home with nothing. And thanks be to Vonda and her mom, I stayed at some told my so Vonda stay at your house. And y'all can still hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, it's breaking up though.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
Okay. Oh, that was my joint then. It started doing a little like loading up. So they sent me home. She came and got me, and I'm going to her crib. And from the walk from the car to the door, I almost died. I ain't had no oxygen, but my both lungs collapsed. I don't know shit. I'm thinking I'm here because they sending me home. Mind you, they push me around in a wheelchair in the hospital, so I don't know. And remind you to walk from the door to the house short. You know what I'm saying? Probably 40 steps. I get to that 10th step or maybe 13th step. And it was, listen, she panicking. She gonna call the paramedics. We doing all the whole nine. Fast forward short, I end up fighting. I'm just like, yo, get away. Let me get a second. Like I'm leaning on the wall. I can't stand up. I'm about to black out. But I end up getting myself together so I could go sit down on the chair. And that's pretty much where I sat at for the whole weekend. But I seen a video of me at night to where if I ever get this video, the courage to show this video, how I'm breathing in my sleep to I ain't supposed to make it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, long story short, so I go to my doctor Monday for the follow up. That's when I get admitted back. So he calls the hospital in the emergency room, and he goes crazy. Like his first thing he said was, "Bruh, you a strong dude, bruh. You're supposed to die. Like you could have died. Like not supposed to that. You could have died. Like just off the blood pressure, the bleeding on the brain, both lungs collapsed. They ain't got you on no oxygen. Boom, boom, boom." So he cussed him out, fussed him out, sent me back. That's when I went back to trauma and ICU again for another 8 days. So you can imagine how I was on the weekend. Shit, Joe seen me because when I left her house that Sunday to come home, they had to push me in the wheelchair, bro. I couldn't even put it like this. I couldn't get 2 words out without having to take a 5-minute damn near break to say something. And just to stand up, I ain't talking about walking, just to stand up to get in, so they could move the wheelchair to get me in the door, took all my energy, man. You know what I'm saying? So without that being said, I know I talked y'all to death. I've been through a
No.
lot. God is good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm still here, still fighting it. And I remember my babies called my football baby because I'm like, I'm going to give up coaching. They called me. And that's why, as we say, the youth, as much as I be there for them, they was there for me more than I could imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen,
That helped me fight even more.
that's such a blessing. What you just said about the youth, I say to Adrian all the time, and our crew all the time at Let Our Voices Impact. Man, the more I try to teach them, the more that I learn from them. Like my
Mm-hmm.
mental health journey, like I see a lot of me and a lot of them kids going through what they going through. And my mental health journey get gets better based off seeing myself in them and helping them navigate what I wish somebody would have helped me navigate at their age. So that's absolutely dope.
Facts. And now, like I say, man, so now I'm I'm pushing the journey. So for those who didn't know, that's why you see me with the walker, pushing the walker, because I got severe nerve damage and it was messing up my leg. So the severe nerve damage it do something to the top part of my stomach, bottom part, down the back part of my spine, the right bottom part of my back, down my leg, right leg. Um, but I'm beating all that now. Shit. I think I took the walk out of the car. It's been about a week. I ain't been using it at all. So
Yeah.
I just, mentally, I had to just not see it. I got to get off this. You know what I mean? So slowly walking back. The nerve damage crazy because the ribs heal, right? So they say, but with the nerve damage, it still feel like they broke. Like I still can't lean over to the right and pick up stuff. It'll feel like a big pop, stabbing, cracking noise. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it also makes the top part of it either go numb or burn, where all them spots I told you where it works. So it either gives a numb sensation, burning, or stabbing sensation. But just a little small obstacle to overcome, man. Still got work to do.
No question. No
And
question.
all that, man, you know what I'm saying? So that's what give me a different outlook on life. Like a lot of the bullshit we, took time to fuss and argue about. Man, I ain't got time for that, man. And I remember if Tom stood on here, he used to always say, I can save that breath for when I'm dying. And
Yeah, for
man,
sure.
it's the
I'll call
truth, man.
911.
Because I needed every breath I could,
Yeah.
no doubt. Uh, that's why just say God is good. Bird saw he needed was a Red Bull. Mikey White said, look at God work. You still got more to do. Blessings, no doubt. Lord, I'm glad you're still here. No doubt. Appreciate it. Bird, I love what y'all brothers doing. Continue to reach not just the youth, but everybody. Our journey is not just ours. We can be valuable learning tools for others. No doubt. Same to you, Bird, man. I love what everybody doing, man, for the youth. It takes a village, man. And we got to be a part of that to bring that village and community back. We got to get some communities back to help one community at a time, and we can change it.
But yeah, what
I know you
man?
got to go, Mike. I don't want to hold you up, man.
Like you, man. If y'all want to keep rocking, keep rocking.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, shit, if they got something to say. I'm with it.
yeah, like if y'all want to keep rocking, keep rocking. I'm gonna try to watch as much as I can. Let me say this before I go, man. As a honorary girly, like I went through Ferguson. It was a lot of people who kept saying, "Yeah, I had to be one of y'all." Uh, man, as an honorary family member who go all the way back to when the whole church, like it'd be 16 people trying to stay in that house on because your spot was the spot to be in. Like man, the journey, like where we come from to where we going to. Like I can remember a time where I got into it out of in a certain hood, and somebody said he ain't gonna do nothing but call Big Rob, and I'm like, bitch, I'm like 5 years older than Rob. Y'all act like like I'm gonna call Rob to handle my problem, but like the reputation preceded itself, and like for the story not to end there. Like I said, man, our city, man, when your name get attached to anything that ain't that is the streets. Like sometimes people never see you as nothing else, and you definitely are Coach Rob. Like it ain't nowhere in
Sure.
the city they look at you as nothing different. You know what I mean?
Coach Rob.
And
Yeah.
that's definitely a sign of being of making a transition and being a good positive person. Because everybody that coach around here don't have good names. Like
That's a
let's
fact
not
too.
let's not fool ourselves. It might look good to people who don't know them, but as a referee, as somebody who be in those circles, everybody name ain't solid. Your name's solid. So in that realm. So and it's a pleasure to be a co-host with you every week, man. And like linking back up, man, this ain't no different than 1994, man, for real. We just do it on the Zoom call. You know what I'm talking about? Like
No
this
question.
is what we've been doing our whole life. So man, it's a pleasure. I definitely appreciate you because this part of my dream. Like I've been talking too much for as long as I can remember. Like this part of my dream, man. You helping me get where I'm trying to go. So it's nothing but respect and love for you, man. But if y'all gonna keep going, keep going. Let me get myself ready for the job. I appreciate y'all for being here. Uh, to our followers and listeners, it's just gonna get better from here. Marty next. We gonna sometime next.
Man.
I don't volunteer Marty,
Yeah,
so
he put me in the hot seat. That's crazy.
Yeah. Nah, but he definitely coming next for his interview because he got a whole different story perspective to tell
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that I don't even want to touch on where I think he should come from him. But we'll talk about that. He definitely got a story to tell.
and it don't matter because it don't matter which one of our stories and how many lives they touch, as long as we touch somebody. Get
Somebody just won.
make them believe that they can change whatever it is they got going on right now that they want to see better in life. Just real quick, speaking on that preaching aspect, that one day I was talking to Lil Rooks and we was talking and I was like, man, I ain't trying to preach to people. And he was like, man, I've been watching your Facebook page for years. You've been preaching. You just do your own thing. And it gave me a different perspective on how I move and what I do. Like you ain't necessarily got to be, and JoJo might not like this. You ain't necessarily got to be preaching the word to be preaching positivity to people and trying to make people better people, man. So I don't
Because the
really get
preaching,
caught up.
what is the preacher? You just delivering the message. You know what I'm saying?
Like I don't I'm just here trying to like my brother-in-law, I love you, bro. Always say, man, you gotta learn how to move to the passenger seat and really let God take the wheel. I'm riding shotgun in this. And I'm trying to allow myself to let the big homie take me wherever it is I'm supposed to be. And I love using this as a vessel because this is what I do. My gift is gab. God damn it, for real.
No doubt. That's the name of
Mouthful
the
of money, man.
podcast. Sound like it. Hey, listen, I like to give a shout out to all y'all for all that y'all doing. No question,
Good
no
looking,
doubt.
cuz.
Appreciate it. And shoot, shout out to you, man, because everybody on this panel, as a male role model, you've been influenced in some type of way. Like, shoot,
Some type of way.
we talking about the community. I just remember growing up, and that's crazy. What you said about me, I'm about to spin that and say that about my dad. I never heard a bad nothing about my dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure it may be
But
something out there, but
you gotta
I
go
never
back,
Yeah,
heard
he
it.
back.
done, he done hit
Yeah,
with a baseball bat before. He done,
yeah.
he done broke somebody's forehead before.
I never heard it.
Amen.
And then Fire's doing work in the community, man. Maybe that's where we get it from. You know what I'm saying? My pops, the same way D do it, Junior do it. Man, like you say, I was shoot 2, 3 years old. My dad was doing the boy scouts in the hood, doing other events like so. It was before you even got in the church, and it went really crazy in the community. Like I just remember all the dudes in the streets. Everybody had respect. Yeah, man, I rode with pops in the cab, man. We chop it up. I can't wait. And everybody always called him pops. Everybody be like, that's my dad, man. So for to get that title in our streets in the 80s and the 90s, man, you had to be
Being
a
a girly.
positive, yeah, a positive role model influence and good things. So yeah, Mike, we appreciate y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. If y'all got any more questions, man, you can throw them to me. And I appreciate everybody in the comments. Listen, y'all was rocking out today. I seen the laughing. I seen the comments. I seen the questions. It was a lot more of them I was getting on there, but I was trying to speed through when they was asking about the traumas and stuff without getting touchy and choked up. So I sped through them quick as I can. But I wanted you to get the impact of it a little bit. But speeding through it, you'll leave out so many details. But I've been through some shit, man, these last 4 years, man. But like we say, we still here. And big shout out to everybody. Joe, my dad, my mom, Vonda, her mom, D Jr. Through this accident, man, without them, I couldn't have made it. Mainly without listen, it always be you supposed to take care of your parents, man. I couldn't make my dad go home, man. My dad wouldn't, as he say, I ain't leaving my baby boy, man. And then I remember Joe ain't never said it, right? Neither did D. But I seen the look on their face that told me everything I needed to know. Like, it was that, damn, you fucked up, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That look, they ain't said to me. But you know how cuz you can just look at somebody and you can just be like, man. Like, yeah, so my dad was on it, man. I said, listen, man, you don't have to stay here to make sure I'm good. But I thank God he did because it was the simplest shit in the world. I dropped my phone. I couldn't pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I couldn't. And then that's when Vonda came through and got me the little that she called lip snatcher, the little shits that you pick up stuff with, and that changed my life. I was able to, if I dropped my phone or something, it was still hard to pick up, but able to pick it up. Man, just like I say, the regular things. In that situation, speaking on not doing something for yourself, that was the first situation where you gotta, as a man, you gotta check yourself because for the first like 5 days, I couldn't use the bathroom to do nothing by myself, bro. I couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? So straight up, depending on somebody to wipe your hand parts, that's a whole nother level, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit woke me up to another level. And then for those that I talk to realize, be like, man, you be sleeping a lot lately. I'm just now being able to sleep over an hour. You know what I'm saying? So for the first like 3, 4 months, I had to sleep sitting up. and I couldn't lay down because the collapsed lungs. Well, broke ribs, you're supposed to lay on your back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I got both lungs collapsed. She can't lay on your back. It's feeling like a motherfucking elephant standing on your chest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then I got the fluid, building up in the legs. My legs was bigger than my head. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm gonna get off that. Uh, thank you. She said, awesome episode. Make sure y'all attend. Make sure you attend Mega Ball Boat Cruise. 2 hours. Some free first 100. Women, men, 40, $50 early bird, $40. Yeah, cause you gotta get a
Oh,
flight or something about
yeah.
that. Yeah, lip snatches. September the 28th. Listen, man, and I'm gonna say this here, cause I'm sticking with the motion, and I gotta find the text when we talked about it, and it was supposed to we was gonna get with you and Pre. So me and Knox was setting up. We wanted to do, somebody got to start doing it. We were trying to set up a girly family union cruise for 2026.
Okay.
Honor, cuz I'm still doing it. Hey, if don't nobody go, it's cool. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna make sure some other people go.
Where is the cruise going to?
We'll figure out the best one. I figure everybody. Listen. So me, I'm gonna make a group. Me, you, Pre, and Cuz, and
We'll put it together.
yeah,
All
we put it
right.
together. Hopefully, we find one coming out of here to be easy.
Yeah, I can't. I probably won't have my passport by next year. I still owe like
Cruise, you ain't gonna need no
400,000.
passport. Cruise, you don't need no
Okay.
passport.
Well,
That's
shit, I'm
that's why the
good then.
cruise. That's why the cruise. Yeah, them travelers. I know,
Yeah.
man. Let me see what Ed say. Man, I thought of 100 people I want in that situation. Yeah. Um, Vaughn, I appreciate y'all stories and advice. Thanks, man. Yeah, and so you couldn't understand why me. Yeah, man. So listen, some of the best lessons we go through, man, they hurt you a little bit.
Yep.
Hurt you a little bit, man. But as long as you still here with the breath in your body, you got an opportunity to change it around. Like, people going through shit. You got people wake up blind the next day, deaf, mute,
Right.
tongues, limbs missing. And they still find the best way to have live their best life. So by all means, just keep pushing forward, man. Exactly. You never know what someone's going through and how your story impacts someone. Very, very true, man. Because when you're going through it, you think of all the people that have been through situations close to yours and such. But I will say this, man. Vonda, goddamn girl, you held me down. I went through some shit. You was there for the leg to take care of me. The COVID shit, man. You was the only person they allowed to come see me. Man, just a couple of hours here and there, man. And I know you ain't like doing some of that shit. I know it was hard. But that bath, man, woo, them baths. Listen, because you need them, because no matter, me, I'm still, but I can't stand up. You know what I'm saying? And she can tell you, like, I'm just standing still and getting the shower and I'm breathing like I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it. Then I really won't trying to put the oxygen joint on. I ain't put that joint on until I had to. You know what I'm saying? And then, just all the other little shit in there. Like I say, shit, when I got out on this accident, I know I was worrying Joe to death. Vonda, my dad, D, especially just being stuck in the house. I'm acting like I'm in jail. I'm calling them, asking them what's going on outside, what it look like. I can't wait to get back out here. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So goddamn, great episode, man. I guess Mike, Joe, y'all did a good job interviewing, man. Y'all definitely hit a bunch of questions. People's in the comments. Definitely great questions coming from everybody. Moo moo. Great questions. Good. That's what's up for getting on. And
Yeah.
man, great episode, man. So like we tell everybody, man, y'all know we're gonna kick off season 3, and we're gonna do an interviews. We're gonna do interview. We have some interview styles coming up. I shouldn't tell y'all the plans for season 3 or season 4. I just don't know yet till I get the stuff together. But if my man on me and Walt was talking, we got this idea. So season 3 probably take a little while to kick off, but we'll still come on and do live. Season 3 gonna be on location. Like
Okay.
we going, whether we going to restaurants, bars, barbershops, to your favorite. We're gonna do 8 spots. So 8 spots that have us, we can come in, whether it's a business, restaurant, church. I love we could go in and have a sit down with the religion with church, but they probably won't, depending on who the church people is. So we're gonna be on location. I got a couple of spots in man. We just gotta reach out to them. I got a couple of people that want to have their interviews on spot, so that way when we doing those on location in the live stream, we'll let you know ahead of time where we'll be. Y'all guys can come and interact. We even have my camera and a microphone set up for the audience. If you want to come on and click your little joint to get on camera and ask your question or say your little piece. It's all my podcast is all for the people, for you to speak your mind. So those are some of the things we got. Anybody that want to get on to get an interview, I got to get my book back out. Kurt, I ain't gonna name everybody. I'm about to go through the list, but I ain't even gonna do it. We got several people. We're gonna kick back off our athletes interviews because I love to deal with the young guys. I don't care if it's youth sports, high school, which is still youth sports, NCAA, NFL. Hopefully one day, man, we're gonna try to get one of these local celebrities on here, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's Iverson Brooks, Vic, shit, it ain't even gotta be them. Movie actor, anybody local that's famous celeb made it out, we'd love to get them on. So we're working on that. If anybody got the resources, connection, want to get them on, let us know. With that being said, I'm gonna end how I always end it. Thanks everybody for tuning on. And I'm gonna let this quote go down the bottom so y'all can see how we always seen. May the wind always be at your back and the sun always upon your face. And may the wings of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars. Until next time, keep listening with pleasure. And we really do enjoy y'all. Peace.
Peace.